Tired of boring and flat text animations? In this video I will show you how to bring your animations to life by adding any custom 3D model you want in Davinci Resolve. First we will start with a 2D image. Head over to Chat GPT and generate a low poly style image. You can get creative here. Design whatever you like. The prompt I used is in the video description, but feel free to tweak it or even use a real photo as a reference. Once you're happy with your 2D image, it's time to turn it into 3D. For that, we will use another AI tool. I've linked a few free ones below. Try them out and see which one gives you the best results. Just upload your image and boom, you've got a 3D object. To use it directly in Davinci Resolve, make sure to download it as a USDZ file. Alright, now let's bring our 3D model into Davinci Resolve. First, create a Fusion composition and drag it onto your timeline. Then go into the Fusion page. Just drag and drop your USDZ file right into the node area. You should now see your 3D model in the viewer. Next, we're going to set up our 3D space. To do that, we'll need a few nodes. First, add a U transform node. This lets us move, scale or rotate the model. Then add a U merge node. This combines everything in the 3D space. Finally, add a U renderer node. This one is important because it converts your 3D scene into a 2D image that Resolve can display. Now connect the U renderer to media out and you'll see the rendered version of your 3D object. Now let's add a bit more to our 3D scene, a camera and some lighting. First, add another U-merge node and connect it to the one we already have. This allows us to bring in additional 3D elements like a U-camera. Drag in a U-camera node and connect it to the new U-merge. Right now, the camera is super close to the object, so let's move it back a bit. You can do that easily using the blue arrow in the viewer to drag it backward. Looking good, but it's still missing some lighting. Let's fix that by adding a U-dome light and a U-disc light. Connect both to the U-merge node as well. One important step. To actually see the lights in your final render, go back into the U-renderer node. Under the lighting tab, set it to Scene. This tells the renderer to use the lights you've added. Now it's time to position the 3D object exactly how we want it. To rotate or move it around, just use the U-transform node. Play around with this until the object looks just right in the frame. You can leave the dome light as it is. It gives a nice even base light. But with the disc lights, feel free to get creative. You can move it around or change its color to get the look you want. But right now, it's just floating in empty space. Let's fix that by adding a background. To do this, add a background node after the U renderer. This will give our scene a solid backdrop. Depending on how you connect the nodes, you might need to swap the inputs so the 3D object appears in front of the background. Now let's add a bit of movement to bring our 3D scene to life. We'll start with the U camera, since it's already positioned exactly how we want it. If needed, you can make a few final adjustments to its position before we animate. Then go to frame 10 and set a keyframe for the camera's current position. Now go back to frame 0. Set another keyframe, but this time move the camera further back. I set the Z position to around 25, but feel free to tweak it to your scene. Jump to the end of your Fusion composition and add one more keyframe. Here you can slightly adjust the camera's position again, maybe a little zoom. To smooth out the animation, open the spline editor. Click the little arrow icon to show all keyframes. Then select them and press S to smooth the motion. Feel free to play around with the curve until the movement feels just right. Alright, now let's animate the 3D object itself to make the whole scene feel more alive. Go to your U-transform node, this is where we'll add the motion. Set a keyframe at frame 10. Then go back to frame 0 and slightly change the X, Y and Z positions. Keep the movement slightly. We don't want the object flying all over the place. Now go to the end of the clip and repeat the process. Set another keyframe with slight changes to the position, just enough to keep things dynamic. Just like with the camera, open the spline editor, Click the arrow icon to reveal all keyframes, select them all and hit S to smooth things out. Now your object moves. Let's finish with a little bit of glow. Add a glow node after the U renderer. Don't overdo it, we want just a little bit. I recommend setting the glow size to around 1 or 2. And there you have it, a custom animated 3D object.